Several factors contribute to the rising price of rigid metal conduit, known as RMC. Firstly, increased demand from China plays a significant role. China's rapid infrastructure development and construction boom have created a surge in demand for steel, including the raw materials used to produce RMC. Chinese manufacturers are importing large quantities of steel to meet this demand, driving up global prices. Secondly, supply chain disruptions have exacerbated the issue. The COVID-19 pandemic disrupted global supply chains, leading to delays in the production and delivery of RMC. Labor shortages and transportation bottlenecks have further pushed up costs. Thirdly, rising raw material costs are a major contributor. The global demand for iron ore, a key ingredient in steel production, has also increased. This has driven up the price of iron ore, which is passed on to manufacturers of RMC. Fourthly, tariffs and trade restrictions have an impact. Tariffs imposed by the United States on Chinese steel imports have made it more expensive for Chinese manufacturers to purchase the raw materials needed to produce RMC. These tariffs have contributed to the overall increase in RMC prices. Fifthly, reduced domestic production contributes to the issue. Some RMC manufacturers have closed or scaled back operations in the United States due to high production costs and competition from cheaper imports. This has reduced the domestic supply of RMC and further inflated prices. Other factors are also at play. General inflationary pressures can also contribute to rising RMC prices. Increased demand for infrastructure development projects in the United States and other countries are also increasing the demand for RMC. Speculation by investors and traders may be buying and holding RMC in anticipation of future price increases, driving up demand and prices. The rising price of RMC is putting pressure on contractors who use it in electrical installations. They may face increased project costs and delays due to material shortages. To mitigate these impacts, contractors can firstly seek alternative materials or methods that require less RMC. Secondly, negotiate with suppliers to secure better pricing. Thirdly, plan projects carefully to minimize the impact of material delays. Fourthly, consider using prefabricated components to reduce the amount of RMC required. Understanding these factors can help contractors and others in the construction industry better navigate the challenges posed by rising RMC prices. The cost of steel, a primary component of RMC, is influenced by global market dynamics. Consider the London Metal Exchange, or LME, which is a major trading hub for metals like steel. Fluctuations in LME prices can directly impact the cost of RMC. Furthermore, geopolitical events such as trade wars or international conflicts can disrupt supply chains and lead to price volatility. Environmental regulations also play a role. Stricter environmental standards in steel production can increase manufacturing costs, which are then passed on to consumers. Changes in transportation costs, such as fuel prices and shipping rates, can also affect the final price of RMC. It's also important to consider the specific grade and type of steel used in RMC production. Different grades have different properties and costs, depending on their composition and manufacturing process. For example, high-strength steel may command a premium price. The manufacturing process itself can also impact the cost. Methods like continuous casting and electric arc furnace technology can influence efficiency and production costs. In addition, the size and diameter of the RMC pipe can affect its price. Larger diameter pipes typically require more material and are therefore more expensive. The finish of the RMC, such as galvanization or epoxy coating, also adds to the cost. These finishes provide corrosion resistance and extend the lifespan of the conduit. The location of the manufacturer can also be a factor. Manufacturers in regions with low labor costs or access to cheaper raw materials may be able to offer more competitive prices. Inventory levels held by distributors and suppliers can also influence pricing. If demand is high and inventory is low, prices may rise. Conversely, if inventory is high and demand is low, prices may fall. The time of year can also play a role. Construction activity typically peaks during warmer months, which can lead to increased demand and higher prices for RMC. The overall health of the economy is also a significant factor. During periods of economic growth, construction activity tends to increase, driving up demand for RMC. Government policies such as infrastructure spending initiatives can also boost demand and prices. Building codes and regulations can also influence the type and amount of RMC required for a project. Stricter codes may mandate the use of more RMC, increasing demand. Alternative wiring methods, such as using electrical metallic tubing, or IMT, or flexible metal conduit, or FMC, may be considered to reduce reliance on RMC, but these alternatives may not always be suitable for all applications. The availability of skilled labor for installing RMC can also impact project costs. If there is a shortage of qualified electricians, labor costs may rise. The complexity of the electrical installation can also affect the amount of RMC required. Complex installations may require more RMC and specialized fittings, increasing material costs. The use of prefabricated components can help to reduce installation time and labor costs, but these components may also have a higher upfront cost. The length of the conduit runs can also impact material costs. Longer runs require more RMC and may also require additional supports and fittings. The environment in which the RMC is installed can also influence its lifespan and replacement costs. Corrosive environments may require the use of more durable and expensive RMC materials. The frequency of inspections and maintenance can also impact the overall cost of RMC. Regular inspections can help to identify and address potential problems before they lead to costly repairs or replacements. The cost of insurance and bonding can also be a factor in overall project costs. These costs may be higher for projects that involve the use of RMC. The risk of theft or vandalism can also impact the cost of RMC. Secure storage and security measures may be necessary to protect RMC materials from theft. The availability of financing can also influence project costs. Higher interest rates can increase the cost of borrowing money to finance construction projects. The terms of the contract can also affect the allocation of risk and cost. Clear and well-defined contract terms can help to avoid disputes and minimize unexpected costs. The use of technology, such as building information modeling, or BIM, can help to improve project planning and coordination, potentially reducing material waste and labor costs. The level of competition among suppliers can also influence pricing. More competition may lead to lower prices. The reputation and reliability of the supplier are also important considerations. Choosing a reputable supplier can help to ensure that you receive high-quality materials and timely delivery. The availability of warranties and guarantees can also provide added protection against defects and premature failure. The cost of disposing of RMC at the end of its lifespan can also be a factor. Recycling RMC can help to reduce disposal costs and promote sustainability. The environmental impact of RMC production and disposal is also an important consideration. Choosing RMC materials that are produced using sustainable practices can help to minimize environmental impact. The long-term performance of RMC is also a key factor. Choosing high-quality RMC materials can help to reduce maintenance costs and extend the lifespan of the electrical system. The initial cost of RMC is only one factor to consider. It's important to also consider the long-term costs and benefits of using RMC. A life cycle cost analysis can help to evaluate the total cost of ownership of RMC over its entire lifespan. The energy efficiency of the electrical system can also be impacted by the choice of RMC. Using RMC can help to reduce energy losses and improve overall system efficiency. The safety of the electrical system is also a paramount consideration. RMC provides excellent protection for electrical wiring and helps to prevent electrical hazards. The reliability of the electrical system is also critical. RMC can help to ensure that the electrical system operates reliably and without interruption. The maintainability of the electrical system is also an important factor. RMC can make it easier to maintain and repair the electrical system. The flexibility of the electrical system can also be impacted by the choice of RMC. RMC provides a rigid and secure conduit for electrical wiring. The scalability of the electrical system is also a key consideration. RMC can be easily expanded and modified to accommodate future needs. The aesthetics of the electrical system can also be a factor. RMC can be painted or coated to match the surrounding environment. The code compliance of the electrical system is also essential. RMC must be installed in accordance with all applicable electrical codes and regulations. The inspection process is also critical. A thorough inspection can help to identify and correct any deficiencies in the electrical installation. The documentation of the electrical system is also important. Accurate and complete documentation can help to ensure that the electrical system is properly maintained and operated. The training of electrical personnel is also essential. Properly trained personnel are better equipped to install, maintain, and repair RMC. The communication between stakeholders is also critical. Effective communication can help to avoid misunderstandings and ensure that the project is completed successfully. The risk management process is also important. Identifying and mitigating potential risks can help to prevent costly delays and problems. The change management process is also essential. Properly managing changes can help to ensure that the project stays on track and within budget. The quality control process is also critical. Implementing a robust quality control process can help to ensure that the RMC is installed correctly and meets all applicable standards. The continuous improvement process is also important. Continuously seeking ways to improve the process can help to reduce costs and improve efficiency. The sustainability of the electrical system is also a key consideration. Using sustainable materials and practices can help to minimize environmental impact. The resilience of the electrical system is also essential. A resilient electrical system can withstand disruptions and continue to operate reliably. The security of the electrical system is also critical. Protecting the electrical system from cyber threats and physical attacks is essential. The innovation in the electrical industry is also driving changes in RMC technology. New materials and manufacturing processes are constantly being developed. The collaboration between industry stakeholders is also essential. Working together can help to solve common problems and advance the industry. The knowledge sharing within the electrical industry is also important. Sharing best practices and lessons learned can help to improve the performance of the industry. The adaptation to changing market conditions is also critical. The electrical industry must be able to adapt to changing market conditions and customer needs. The leadership within the electrical industry is also essential. Strong leadership can help to guide the industry through challenging times and ensure its long-term success. The commitment to safety is also paramount. Safety must always be the top priority in the electrical industry. The ethical conduct is also essential. The electrical industry must operate with integrity and transparency. The social responsibility is also important. The electrical industry must be a responsible corporate citizen and contribute to the well-being of society.